participants of the podcast are either medical marijuana patients or in a state where it is recreationally legal. Two Fried Eggs podcast does not condone any illegal marijuana or drug use or sales.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fried Eggs podcast once again, as always, with myself, Bosch Gaming, and the one and only Dolph. What's
Damn,
up, big
bro,
dog?
yeah, like
How
we
you
had
doing?
done this a couple times.
Man, I've been like, it's like what, episode
14
12 or some shit, 13, 14. Damn, I can't even count that high without taking my shoes off. Bro.
Wait, you have toes? I lost my toe. I lost my toes in World War Nam.
Damn. So we've been kind of having a serious podcast and stuff these last few times, talking about mental health and things like that, man. So I think today we're switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's been heavy. These last probably 3 or 4 weeks been kind of heavy. Yeah. Y'all are still listening. We appreciate you more than anything. But we just figured we'd take a nod off and get a little lighter. You have done some transformations for your stream, and I wanted to talk about that as first. You said fuck it, right? So talk to me what games are you playing these days?
Right now I'm playing Days Gone. It's been out for a few years now, but it's a game I always wanted to try, but I never did because, for one, it's single player, and single player is not what my stream's ever really been about. My stream's always been multiplayer, playing with everybody and whatnot. But after everything that's went on and whatnot, I've just decided to kind of take a step back from, like, say, GTA RP and some things like that I was kind of, in a way, forcing myself to play. Like, it is fun, don't get me wrong, but there are days where I was just
RP is tough, man.
do it, but it was just what
RP's
I did,
tough.
And so yeah, I've kind of just decided to take a step back from what I was doing and just play what I want to play and whatever I'm having fun with. And right now, man, I bought Days Gone for cheap off. For you guys that don't know, go to cdkeys.com, man, and check out some prices before you buy from Steam and different things.
How do they fucking do that? Sell those games so cheap?
Yeah, right. I don't know, man, but I always, like, if I check Steam and there's a game there, I always check cdkeys.com to see if I can get it cheaper. And Days Gone, I think I paid like $13-14 for it, dude, and I've had hours of fun on it so far, and I'm still not even probably not even halfway through it. I think playtime's like 30-some hours or something like that. You have
probably 3 months worth of streams of that if you just play get it all. Man, I tell you, when I first saw that game, I was like, man, this looks like something that I want to play. But I'm be honest with you, I fucking suck at gaming like that. Like, honestly, like you've seen me shoot. Like, I'm not good at shooting games. I'm not good at, like, fast-paced games. That's why I don't play Call of Duty. That's why I don't play anything like that. But this, like, it seems like it's something I could play. Like, it's the same pace as, like, I really love The Division 2. That's been one of my favorite games to play. Like, dude, it was really fucked up. Did I tell you when I started playing that game? So it was February of 2020. And if you're listening to this years away from us, February 2020 was like right when we went into lockdowns for the COVID virus. Mm-hmm. And you turn on the news every day and people are fucking dying. And and everybody's trying to scare you, and you're fucking wearing masks, and people walk around fucking, dude, in hazmat suits and shit. I don't know if you remember that. It was fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And I pick up the Division 2 because it was like $14 on. It was for PlayStation though. And they were having a sale, and I bought it. And dude, have you played the Division games?
I played the first one, bro. I played the
very
first
close
one
to the same.
And then, but I never got into the second one, or I never bought the second one.
But it's about a post-apocalyptic fucking virus.
Because I was always doing other stuff, so
it freaked me the fuck out.
We used to always just go into the drop zones, man, and just try to like
you would.
I don't know, shoot people and stuff on the first one and take their shit, and then try to get extracted.
That's what I'm saying. Like I never did PvP until I hung. Yeah. Dude, DayZ is the first PvP game I've ever played more than probably 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, and DayZ's separate, like different too, because it's not constant.
Yeah, it's not constant bullshit.
PvP like Call of Duty and stuff like that. The main part of DayZ is survival, and then the PvP is just part of the survival that's mixed in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. That's the first PvP game that I did. Whenever I I played EverQuest back in the day. Have you ever played EverQuest or WoW?
I did. Okay. Yeah, I played.
So in EverQuest, you had like PvP servers, but you also had you could duel people. And I dueled one person the whole time I played ever. And I fucking hated it so much because the guy just worked me over. Okay, I was the level 20, and this guy was level 50, and it was not even a fair fight. But he said there was parameters put on it. He was like, I won't do this, I won't do this, I won't do this, I won't do this. I'll just do this. And I'm like, all right. So I was able to get I went and bought all the buffs that I wanted, like fucking Speed of Wolf and all that shit, right? And I fucking you played? You said EverQuest 1?
I did, yeah, but it's been
There's
years
the Aviac village
ago.
in the south of the Great Western Waste, I think it was called. And if you listen to this and I'm fucking wrong, then just just comment it. I'm probably wrong. I want to know. And so it's like you go up and then you go up and then you go up and then you go up. So theoretically, if you catch an idiot fucking his pet that he was going to use to attack me, if they fell off by missing a turn, which they did all the time, they'd have to go all the way down, and I did last a minute. That's all I had to do. Live a minute. So I was like, I can fucking run away from this bullshit. Nice. Yeah. 15 seconds later, I was dead.
Because back when I played WoW and stuff at one point, right there at the end, I think they added in duels, and you could sit there and duel different people and stuff like that. And if one person would ask you to duel, and if you agreed to it, then it would start, and you guys would fight until one person only had a few hit points.
You know how I knew I didn't want to play if I don't want to play with you or not? No. If you asked anybody to duel around me, I was like, fuck it, I don't want to play with you no more. You're not but I knew you were a kid then, because grown-ass fucking adults weren't trying to flex their shit out there doing that. 25-year-olds and above, they weren't out there fucking dueling people. They were these little 12-year-old kids that were trying to fucking show their big dick out there. And I'm a big guy, I could kill you. Bro, you fuck. I work.
My biggest thing with gaming right now, dude, is that games like WoW and GTA that's been out for years and years and all this stuff are still some of the top games that people are playing, which is crazy that those games are still
What's the other one?
Legit. Or the fact that there hasn't been enough games to come out like those games to kill those games yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was looking the other day at top Twitch games. And it fucking tripped me out because one of the games on it was so old. So I'm pulling it up right now.
Well, it's because there's just a lot of the new games just aren't really all that great. Be honest with you. I mean, now I'm talking from a multiplayer standpoint.
Dude, how long's fucking Counter-Strike been out? 20 years.
Yeah.
I know they've redone it. I know they've done, but that game base has been around so fucking long. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that the life of those games and how long they stay popular.
So I was talking to a friend of mine about you and that you were changing games or whatever, and he was like, you know how we should tell him? And I haven't told you about this because I wanted to do it on here. He goes, do the top 7 or 4 through 10. Something in the top 4 through 10 games will be where you can find success in streaming. The top 3 games is like GTA, and there's 2 others. They have and Minecraft. They have massive viewers, but they're all in the same fucking place.
Oh yeah.
They're all in fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and plus you get buried in pages and pages of streamers and things like that.
So he goes, go into the top 3 to 10 or somewhere in there. So the top 3.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, DayZ and things like that.
DayZ is
to grow on. DayZ's way down.
Yeah, DayZ's way the fuck down. I'm in the 20s now.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you look, man, it's a good game. I grew on that game when I first started streaming like crazy because there's not pages and pages of viewers, and back then it was a pretty decent community. I think right about now that a lot of the streamers are kind of at each other's throats and shit. But I don't really know. I don't follow it that much anymore.
I never got that. We could all be...
back in the day. That's where I made my whole community.
Yeah, I've heard hours of stories about the shenanigans you guys did on fucking Xbox.
The craziness we did.
And we've seen some crazy. I've only been around for a year and a half total, probably. a year and a half, somewhere in there.
Right.
And we've played. There's been some
something
fucking fun times gaming. I couldn't imagine what 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah,
hanging out with your dumbass doing shit.
Yeah. Well, Chris and Builder and I, and we used to always play. I mean, a bunch of people. I mean, I'm just naming a couple of them, but there's a bunch of us that used to play. Like sometimes we'd be running through DayZ like
dude,
15
we
strong,
had that one fucking server about locked down. Yeah. Like everybody hated us in that server. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
It was, man. It was funny that we were the yellow band guys, right? Whatever they called us.
Yeah. That's true. The yellow armband guys.
So you changed to Days Gone. What's next?
Right. It's kind of up in the air. Big T has been around and a part of the community, a part of my community for a long time. And but he doesn't have a gaming PC right now, so he was asking if we'd be interested in playing something that's cross-platform. So I've been kind of tossing around the idea of playing No Man's Sky next, which is like a space survival style game.
I've watched her play.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about playing that because it's cross-platform and all of us can get together and play, whether you're on PC. It's on Game Pass as well, so if you got Game Pass, it's free to play.
My favorite thing in the world.
So I've been thinking about that, man. There's some other games I want to play, like Hell Let Loose. I bought that game. I haven't even fired it up yet, which is a shooter game. But it's more fun if you have a squad, so I think I'm just kind of hanging on that one for now until, like, somebody, for you guys that don't know, another streamer named, a great friend of mine named Hillbilly Willie on Twitch. He plays it every once in a while, so I'm kind of just waiting to maybe just jump in with him on that at some point and just mess around with that. But my next big game after Days Gone, man, I haven't decided 100%, but I'm kind of leaning towards No Man's Sky, which is going to be a completely different feel from what Days Gone is. But I mean, otherwise, if I just stick to the zombie survival and stuff like that, then I'm going to be right back in the boat where I'm just getting bored with what I'm playing.
Do they have?
Again,
What is that? The game I was talking about the other day. There's 3 of them or 4 of them now. Is a zombie game, the one that's set in the mall. No.
Among Us? No. There's a new one coming out.
Let's see. Hold on.
What the hell was it? There's a new Dead Island coming out, too, which seems like that'd be pretty interesting
what is
soon.
That? Dead Rising. Is Dead Rising on PC?
I know that I've been wanting to do a playthrough of Among Us and Among Us 2, but the way I'm streaming right now, I'm just doing 3-hour streams and stuff. It would take me for freaking ever to get two playthroughs of.
Oh yeah,
games.
No doubt.
Or, since it's two games, it would take
Dude,
so long.
If they have this on Steam, I'm going to gift it to you just because I want you to play it on stream. I'm not fucking kidding. Dude, it's a single player game, and it's
funny.
It is amazing.
I've heard of it, Dead Rising. I don't know if I've played it or not, but I've heard of it.
The first one's set in a mall, and it's just like what you're doing right now, but it's very confined in where you can go. You have to crawl through ductwork, climb on top of stuff, hide from zombies. You can craft weapons. It's really freaking cool, and there's a lot of stuff you learn in the game, where there's the best weapons and things like that. I think on the second one I played through probably 5 or 6 times, just because I wanted to go get a really good weapon at the beginning and see if I could keep that all the way through and only kill with that, stupid shit like that. But it was just so much fun because the game mechanics were so much. It reminds me a lot of the game mechanics of what you're playing, honestly. But dude, it's so much fun.
Well, that's one thing with me. A lot of times, single player games and stuff, I never end up finishing them. So it wouldn't be a bad thing for me on stream just to play a certain game, to showcase it and do things like that. And then if I get bored with it, I'll just move to another one and be like, if y'all motherfuckers want to see the end of it, you're gonna have to get it yourself and play it. You know what I mean?
I have a hard time finishing games too.
I don't feel like I know. So I don't feel like I haven't got that's one thing with playing Days Gone so far is I haven't got bored of it or anything yet.
It's not a grind.
If the time comes, and I may just jump to something else, and then because Chris, our buddy Chris M, he's bought it and just been loving it and stuff like that.
He needs some good in his life right now.
Part of my thinking on the streams and stuff is just to showcase some different games and That way, people can decide if they want to play it, or I can give them my take on it if I play it enough to give certain reviews or what I think on the game, and if people decide they want it, then so be it. And so I don't know, man. I'm not trying to do like full playthroughs. I'm just trying to wing it, and whatever's fun is what I'm going to be doing.
Absolutely,
right now.
Man. That's really. I mean, I started playing. What have I been playing recently? I've been playing Skyrim, only because everybody and their mother has told me that they've been happy playing it before and had a blast, and I hated the game on Xbox when I bought it. Like, I was like, this game is way too vast for me to feel like doing any of this. So I quit. Like, right after the first dragon and, like, you get out of there, like, I quit. On this one, though, Peels hopped in Discord with me. We talked and hung out for, like, a couple hours, and she talked me through some of the game mechanics that I wasn't really happy on. So I played that. I've been playing Wildlands, and you picked that up, too, because it's on Game Pass. You said you liked that. How far did you get into that?
Yeah, dude. I didn't get real far. I did a few of the missions. Again, a lot of the controls and stuff remind me of, and even the driving the vehicles and things like that. Like, I can see, like, the Wildlands and Days Gone have a lot of the same mechanics as well, in the style of the play, and even the missions where you're running around the map and doing different things. It's fun, man. I mean, from what I've got into it anyway, it's
so much better with people.
I like the fact that you can just be driving down, and you have the NPCs with you or whatever, and you can just like hit F or whatever and just start blasting enemies out the car and stuff. So I thought that was pretty
better
good.
With people. Me and a friend of mine,
yeah,
we played, and he was like, and he told, like, I'm talking about the game to you is how he talked the game about. He was like, dude, you have to fucking play this. You have to play this. And I had already went forward and got Breakpoint. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and that's the game I started with. And he goes, "Oh no, you got to go back to Wildlands." I'm like, "It's a fucking 5-6-year-old game. There's no way I'm spending $30 on a fucking game."
Right.
And he's like, "Stop being an idiot." I'm like, "All right." So I bought it, and the game mechanics are not as good as Breakpoint, but the story is twice as good. The story in Wildlands is so much fun. Like, dealing with the Sicarios and the cartel, and it's just so cool. Like, it's fun to play around with and fun to mess with, and if you mess around, you can go real slow and kill everybody without any issue.
I like the games that give you the option whether to be kind of sneaky and whatnot, or just run in and run and gun and go crazy too, and of course sometimes you have to mix it up and do both, but I like to have that option, because sometimes I've kind of like the stealthy sneak around stuff, and other times I just want to go in there and just start blasting shit.
I like the
just depends on my
mood. I like to sit out there with my sniper rifle and just clear out where I want to go into. Even if there's people inside, I don't care. Right. I'll go in there and go to them. But I have to clear out some, because I just don't have the ability to run and gun in multiple directions. Like, that's not me.
Right. Well, those single player games like that, and like Days Gone and stuff, are the best games to learn on. As far as just getting used to the shooting and targeting and things like that. Because I think it takes the pressure off when you're playing against other people, where the skill levels are all over the place. Where you can kind of gauge, how you want to play that game by. If you're in there and you're just getting blasted to death, you can always turn it down some, like the difficulty or something, until you get to where you're more used to the shooting, and then turn it back up if you want, or however. They're good games to learn on, just because you don't have anybody else pressuring you.
It's not that I can't aim online. It's that my reaction time isn't fast enough. That's the
weed, bro.
Bitch, it might be.
That's probably because you might be smoking too much, motherfucker.
That might be fucking true.
This motherfucker's like taking dabs and shit, being like, "Man, I'm too slow. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here." You got these other motherfuckers sitting there drinking nothing but G Fuel, like, bam, 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 bam. Just fucking shit up, boy.
Shit to go out there and shoot faster. And my ass is in here fucking.
Oh man, I can't talk because I get fucking toasted on all them games, dude. I played Call of Duty there for a while. On a regular basis back when me and my buddy were living together years ago, and we got pretty freaking good at it, like pretty good. But that's the only time I've played those kind of games enough to really get good. and learn, like, because you got to know the maps, you got to know where people are going to be coming from, you know. And,
I don't.
And like one thing with those games too is if you don't get it right when it first comes out, you're always going to be behind until it's going to take you a long time to catch up because everybody's going to be knowing the maps and stuff, and you're not like you spawn, you may be running back towards your own fucking team. You know,
I know. If I'm running towards my team, and I'm absolutely.
Yeah. Like and then next thing you know, you're getting shot in the back. You know,
that sounds about right. That definitely sounds about right for me.
So I have just kind of changing the subject a little bit, but I have went through the whole last freaking week and watched all these Harry Potter films to decide if I wanted to buy this freaking Potter game that's coming out. So all last week I've watched all of them, all 8 episodes. I think the last one's 7 is 2 parts, so it's technically 8 movies or whatever. So I've watched them all, man, and I'm still undecided. Really? Like it wasn't like it was okay. Like, it was decent. The story was good. I wasn't really crazy about the first couple when he was a little kid.
Yeah, because they were made for kids back
whatever.
then.
Right.
The target audience.
As they went on, it got darker and kind of more intense and things as the shows went on. And but I'm still just torn. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to stream that game, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, do I really want to spend $50 or $60 to stream this thing when it first pops? I'm gonna be honest with you.
I have a hard time spending $50 for
I don't know.
Any game.
I don't, man, because I'm used to it. Like, if it's a game I'm really looking forward to, bro, like, I have no problems, like, dropping the $60 or whatever. But most of those games that I've done that with are online games, and so it's like you're gonna be able to play. There's no end to the play. You know what I'm saying?
Camera.
Like, a multiplayer game.
Does it look good for you?
What's up with your camera?
What?
What are you talking about, bro?
Oh, you look blurry as shit to me.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Sorry.
Anyway, but it just like...
I'm a little bit stoned.
You're fine. Maybe I just fucking got blurry, bro. Maybe I'm like a figment of your imagination. I'm like a hologram and it fucking spazzed out for a second. Maybe I'm not really here.
Listen, man, I'm not tripping. I'm just a little stoned. Relax. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Like, motherfucker, I didn't take LSD or nothing.
There's no mushrooms in my house. Damn. God, if there was.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
That's not those are hard for me.
God, I'm torn, man. I don't know. I mean, the gameplay I've seen from the Hogwarts game and stuff like that looks pretty dope, but I just don't know if it's something that I'm going to be able to really get into. I wish they would come out with a really good new MMO like World of Warcraft or something, but updated graphics and everything.
That was horrible.
Yeah, but they've all been shit.
New World,
yeah, it was the last one I tried, and it was junk, dude. Well, that game was trash.
What they don't remember is it wasn't super grindy at first for like EverQuest and WoW. Like, there was a little bit of a grind, but you gradually got into a harder grind as you got higher. But as you got higher level, you really bought into your character and bought into the progress and bought into the wanting to be the best and shit. You can't start off with a hard-ass fucking grind like that game did. And then their servers were all fucked, and they couldn't let everybody in, and no one was getting the same servers. It was like, this is all fuckered up.
My biggest thing about that game, and the biggest thing that killed that game for me, is that as you leveled up, now this may have changed because I haven't touched it. I got to like level 30-ish, I think, on it, and I quit playing it. As you leveled up, like, there wasn't any different mods or mobs or anything like that. It was like the same fucking mobs. They just gave them more hit points, or then next thing, or they started popping healing potions. So like, you're fighting. There was no. Like in WoW, each area had different types of monsters and whatever things you're fighting. And when I was playing New World, man, everything, like, as I leveled up, is like everything was the exact same. It just got harder. So they'd be like, oh, well, now you're going to fight this same fucking little skeleton guy, but now when he gets almost dead, he's going to pop a healing potion, so you just have to hit him more.
Sucks.
You know, and it's like, I'm dumb.
Yeah, I really liked, like, I'm a dungeon crawler. Like, that's the one part of RPGs that I really, really, really enjoy. That's why I'm liking Skyrim, because I just wander around the whole fucking game, and I've cleared all the dungeons in some of the first areas, just because I just wander around, and if I see one, I don't give a fuck if I'm on a quest for it. I'm going and I'm clearing that bitch. I want to fuck around. Like, that's the part of the game that I like, and that's what EverQuest was.
And that's what sucks, though, is that. Yeah, right. But what sucks is those games are so freaking old, and people are still not. I'm not saying anything about it, because I mean, Skyrim's a good game. and all that, but I'm just saying that it sucks that, like, in the gaming industry right now, that people are still playing these fucking games that are so damn old because nothing new has come out that's good enough to kill those games.
So
honestly.
I could still pick up EverQuest today and still play, probably. I have all my tunes are still there. Like, I've logged into my account. They sold it to Sony sold it to another company, and they transferred over. And when they transferred over, I made sure I recovered my account. So I have all my tunes over there. I just don't think I could ever play again. It's just, it was such a different, like, the social element of that game, it was so needed. When I went into that game, I had just figured out that I was sick, and I couldn't work in an office anymore. Like, it was a really big change, and the friends that I made on there, like, carried me through that year. Like, between that and then my now wife, that's the only reason I made it through that whole time, and it's crazy.
Well, I get that just because of what I've been dealing with, you know, and the community that I've built and that surround me has really supported me through everything, which has been pretty amazing.
Yeah,
so
they're all right.
Yeah, I guess some of them. except for Builder, we're going to talk shit on him on every episode.
Yeah, fuck you, Builder.
Fuck you, we love you, Builder.
I was wondering why Chris was so fucking quiet, and then I looked at the score earlier.
Oh yeah.
Why couldn't the Dolphins have gotten
Speaking of games? That there you go. Team? Chiefs and Bengals, but I'm glad though. I mean, the Bengals are going to be a hard team to play. I mean, the Bills would have been a hard team to play also, but
it's home.
I'm just glad that we get to play in Arrowhead.
That's a big difference.
So
man.
that'll be interesting. And I hope Mahomes is healthy, man, after getting banged up. I know we're switching subjects here, but Mahomes, man, my heart dropped a little bit, man, when I saw him, that ankle. You know, they showed it over and over again, that dude's knee coming right down on his ankle and folding his ankle and stuff, man. And then him hopping like he was trying to hand the ball off and having to hop and all this. He was hurting, dude. He was a soldier, though. He stuck out there, and even the time that they did pull him out of the game, he was pissed, you know. He threw his little warmer thing down, and he was mad, dude. But then our backup come out and went 98 yards for a fucking touchdown, bro. So
Chad Henne.
Old Henne.
Y'all had both of them. You had him and then Matt.
They're saying
what was Matt's last name? No.
Castle?
He was like 3 years ago, y'all's backup.
Oh, you got me, motherfucker. That's 3 years ago. I can barely remember yesterday. But now that everybody's going around like on and saying, you know, Henne things possible, because Henne come out there like hadn't taken any real snaps in forever, dude, and just come out there in a playoff game on the fucking 2-yard line and just go all the way down the field. Yeah. It's pretty sick that he was able to do it. Yeah, dude, that was impressive shit. Matt
fucking Moore.
Dude, that wasn't even close to what the fuck you just said.
You said Castle, dickface.
You said. Oh yeah, that's true.
Bitch, you said Castle.
I don't even know who the fuck Matt Moore
was
is,
the Dolphins' backup to Ryan Tannehill. He played a lot because Tannehill went down quite a few times. But then he went to you guys. He left us and went to you guys, and it was Mahomes got hurt, and he ended up playing a couple games for you guys, like in the playoffs, and had a good run. Like when you guys won the Super Bowl.
Got me, bro.
Like he played a couple games in that. I'm surprised you don't remember him.
No. Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you too. There was a couple years where I didn't really watch much football or anything. I mean, I still followed the Chiefs and whether they won or lost and stuff like that, but I just didn't have time to watch the games.
Get that.
But yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. Next week, Bengals, Chiefs. It's going to be interesting, bro. And then who we got going next? It'll be the Eagles and whoever's playing. Who the fuck's playing now? Right. Niners and Cowboys. Right, yeah. They're playing right now. Yeah. So that'll be interesting, man. So it'll either be the Bengals and the Chiefs versus either the Eagles or the Cowboys. The Eagles fucking
9-9 tied up in the third.
The Giants, dude. The Eagles freaking were stomping on the Giants. I turned that game off because I was like, fuck it, I ain't even like they were getting brutalized.
Nothing makes me happier than that. Like the Giants.
What?
The Giants getting their ass beat because
not a big Giants
that I
fan.
Care. Okay, so I look at how I root against people by their fans. If like most NFC teams, honestly, I'm indifferent to because I just don't care enough about them because they don't interfere with my team as much as they can. But there's people that I know that are Giants fans that are just fucking idiots. And there are people that are Cowboys fans that are just fucking idiots. There's like that's how I base it. Like, there's some Bills fans that are starting to push me there. Luckily, Chris is a fucking great guy, and me and him have had some amazing conversations about like the Bills and the Dolphins. Like, he's an honest fan, which is cool. Like, you don't have to be a fuckface to love your team. You don't have to be a dickhead gloat if you're winning either.
My big thing about the Cowboys is when I was younger, dude, and they went to the Super Bowl like 3 or 4 times or something like that, man. It was like all of a sudden everybody, like even in Kansas City and shit, was all of a sudden Cowboys fans. And that was back when like the starter coats were popular and shit, you know. So the next thing you know, all you're seeing is all these Cowboy starters and stuff. So that's just always been a turn off to me for the Cowboys, man. And it's nothing against their fans or anything else. It's just the way I was like growing up and shit. I've just always been like, I just don't really like them much.
I'm with you there. I grew up in the same era as you. I'm a couple years older, but it's the same damn thing. But there were so many Cowboys fans in Florida too. You'd think it was that far away, but between that 49ers and then the Dolphins were really good, like in the 80s.
Yeah, it was just like back then, everybody just jumped on that bandwagon, you know. And here I was, I've always grown up being a Chiefs fan, dude. And we were just, or it'd be like we'd get to the playoffs and then lose the first game every year, you know, or it was just never ever could get the job done to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm enjoying this shit now, dude. I mean, with Mahomes in this era, man, as a Chiefs fan or been a Chiefs fan my whole life.
But you've never been obnoxious about it, even though your team is as dominating as it is. No, but that's the thing, like Patriots fans, like I fucking hate the Patriots.
Yeah,
and it's in part because of their cheating.
It's a love or hate thing with them,
they're cheating, and the other side is their fans are just fucking arrogant prick faces. Like, it just pisses me off. Like, every time they start, yes, we know you had the greatest quarterback of all fucking time.
Well, we just lost all our New England Patriots listeners.
I don't fucking care, bitch. My name is Dolph, Dolphin fan. Don't tell me, like, I'm not, you think I'm gonna be like, okay.
All of a sudden, everybody likes the Cowboys or the Patriots just fucking thumbs down this motherfucker and unsubscribe.
Everybody. It's just the asshole fans that are just so arrogant and can't even have a civil conversation with people honestly. Like, not every Tom Brady game was a great. You can't sit there, I don't care. He's the greatest of all time. Okay, great. He's the greatest of all time. I will give that to you.
No, Patrick Mahomes.
In time, he could take that title. Absolutely, there is no doubt.
He's smashing.
He's crazy. He's so good. He is.
So
letting
talented,
that guy get Tyreek Hill was a fucking travesty to whole everybody. Like that, they were just a cheat code.
Yeah.
Like,
well, even now, bro. I mean, it's still. I mean, well, you'll see where they're at even without Tyreek.
They're still a powerhouse.
It's amazing between him and Kelsey, dude. Travis Kelsey again is another guy that's just fucking It's just so fucking good, dude. Like, it's ridiculous how good that duo is just crazy.
Let's have a gaming podcast.
Yeah, we'll start out gaming, start talking football, man. It is what it is, dude. We're just winging it today.
Having a good time.
So, oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So it'll be interesting, dude. I'm interested for one, I'm interested to see what, on both subjects, I'm interested to see what games are going to be coming out. I need to watch more of the upcoming games. I need a good game. If anybody does know, or anybody that's listening knows of a good website for game news or upcoming games and things like that, that'd be good to know. And also, man, I'm excited for next weekend's football games because, boy, I tell you, I was watching the Chiefs game, and when Mahomes got hurt, especially, like, he came out and he was on his game, dude. He was just balling out of control, dude. And then he got hurt, and my fucking nerves, like, the whole rest of that game was stressful as fuck for me after that point, because he just couldn't move like he normally does, you know. And you're so afraid of him getting banged up on his ankle again, or God, man,
don't get a concussion.
Yeah, no shit. You know all about injured quarterbacks for your boys.
This guy 3 times this year. Come on.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna have to figure something out or something. I mean, that could be career ending if it continues.
The news coming out is that the doctors that have looked at him, it's not career ending. It was definitely season ending, but not career ending.
Well, that's good. But I'm saying if it continues to happen,
oh yeah,
man, I mean,
they
if
better
he gets
spend
a couple
all.
more,
Yeah, they better
know,
spend
dude,
every dime they have on fucking.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out and have a helmet like a fucking big old helmet, like 4 times as big as everybody else's, because all the padding and shit.
Do you remember watching Dan Marino play football in like 1999 or like 2000, like towards like the last couple years of his career? I called him Robo Dan because he was braces on every fucking orifice of him.
Oh yeah,
like, that guy
dude.
played way too long.
That's how Gronk was, dude. Gronk was all fucking metal shit all over his arms and stuff.
Robo Gronk, absolutely.
You gotta know when to throw in the towel, boys.
Love the game, man. Love the game.
But hey, yeah, true. Well, and yeah, when you've done something like that your whole life and then it comes to an end, bro, that's like, you're gonna miss that for, ever. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I get it.
I'm a part-time hobby gamer, and if I couldn't game the rest of my life, I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
Yeah. See, I'm not, man. I am now, but I've went long periods of time without gaming at all because I was doing other things, before I started streaming and stuff, and I lived on I've told you, but I lived on 12 acres and did game at all because I was out in the country, and spent most of my time raising fucking chickens and trying to become self-sufficient, was my goal. When that all fell through, I was getting ready to do the whole meat bird thing and getting ready to run pigs and trying to become a sustainable farmer.
Yeah,
which is crazy. I've done it all, man. I've been everything from a gangster to a motherfucking farmer to a biker, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Like, over the years, man, like, my life has changed so many times drastically from what I was doing. I just adapt to wherever my surroundings are.
I've always had a love of gaming, but I didn't ever put a lot of time towards it when I was younger because I was so busy doing other things. And when I turned probably 35, I looked at my life and looked at how I spent my time, and I'm like, maybe there's something better things that I could be doing with my spare time so that I'm not being an idiot. Like for real, I dude,
right.
In my 30s, like before I met my wife, like between probably 30 to 30, whatever, God. So let's see, probably 2009 to 2011 or 12. Dude, I acted donkey. Like, I was single a lot of it. I had a fucking pimp ass house on the fucking golf course. That bitch was the panty dropper. Like, you bring a chick in that is anywhere at all attracted to you, and you're getting laid. Like, it was just that kind of, like, it was just a huge fucking open place. It was beautiful. And then at the end of the night, you had there was no neighbors in the back, no neighbors to the left and right. It was just a big open golf course. So it was a pimp place, man. I had a great time. And
man, I went through the party and stuff because I wasn't, like, I went into my late teens, early 20s, always in a relationship and then having kids and stuff. But when my oldest kid's mom and I split, man, there was a time in there where, dude, I was partying so hard. That was late 20s, early 30s, because I'd never got that time to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would still take my weekends with my kids and stuff like that, but when I didn't have my kids, bro, it was like through the week, everything. Like, after work, I was hitting the freaking bars and trying to just party and have a good time.
I would have my kids 7 days on,
closing down the 3 o'clock bars.
I had my kids 7 days on and 7 days off. So I would spend 7 days and be a stay-at-home dad with my kids and fucking be Mr. Mom and everything. And then fucking 7 days, I was a fucking whore.
When I went on the weekends and the days I didn't have my kids, bro, I was going hard, man. It was ridiculous, honestly. But there's a lot of good times, and I got in a lot of bar fights. Won some, lost some.
That happens.
It was, but I was running with, with my friends and stuff back then, bro. Everybody gets a drinking and shit. You never know what's going to happen. So
absolutely.
Interesting times.
All right, man.
But, yeah. Well, Dan, I think we kind of went all over the place, but enjoyed. It's good, man. It's good to have these fucking conversations.
Absolutely.
And just go with it. So, well, if that's all, I love you, brother. As always, guys, thank you for listening. Two Fried Eggs podcast. Like, subscribe, follow. I don't know what you're listening on, but whatever you can do it, please. Comment if you can. Any questions, any games you want us to talk about, any games you'd like to see played on stream, any predictions on who's going to win the Super Bowl, just let us know.
Just talk to us, man.
My boy Dolph, talk to us, please. But anyway, Dolph, I love you, homie, as always. Until next time, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe below if you like our content. New episodes dropping every Friday.